What's up, guys? It's Adam D. If you appreciate this content or you want to see more, please subscribe and like and comment so that I know what kind of videos to make, what kind of videos you like, and I know if I'm doing a bad or a good job. I promise I'll listen and respond to all criticism. Thanks. Anyway, today this video is going to be kind of in contrast to my previous video, or a continuation of my previous video on Anthem's End Game. Prior to today, it was looking pretty shallow. We still don't know if it's shallow or not, but the developers actually released a gameplay roadmap of what's going to be happening within the next couple months post-launch. Now, you can interpret it how you want to. There's not really many hard dates set in stone in this calendar, and the developers really haven't gone in depth yet as to when these various things are coming. But it's a lot better than just being silent like they were before. So we can just kind of break it down, and I'm curious to see what your thoughts are on it, and I'll give you my thoughts. So a big thing, right, and a big problem with Anthem currently, even though it's not out yet, from the people that have played it, we know that there's basically 3 strongholds at launch, 3 increasing difficulties after hard mode, like we played in the demo, where it's just Grandmaster 1, 2, and 3, and some legendary contracts, or like kind of long quests that basically just give you better gear, but we don't really know how often it's going to happen. So some reports are saying that it's daily, some people aren't saying it's daily, but regardless, 3 strongholds and some bullet sponge difficulty isn't really a ton. So we really need this roadmap to kind of pan out. So essentially what it breaks down to is the launch is 2/22, right? February 22nd, which is coming up fairly quick. They're saying in March, which is 2 weeks after, that there's going to be, that's when the first, I'm going to call it seasons of content drops start, right? So you have Act 1, which they're calling Echoes of Reality, but we don't know how long it lasts, right? That's the thing. So they have Act 1, Act 2, Act 3 that they're showing, but we don't know how, like, the length or how this content is going to be spread out. So at the bottom of the graphic, they kind of go into a little bit more detail about like what's actually going to be occurring, right? So they're saying evolving world, meaning like they want to increase some quality of life improvements, probably fix some things that the community was complaining about. I hope one of them is inventory changes and being able to see your loot without having to like leave an expedition or something like that. And probably some buffs and tweaks to different characters, like in Interceptor maybe. New events, different rewards. That's kind of like par for the course for like a content drop, right? And then they say that they're going to add new strongholds. Now, we don't know if that's just going to be 1 stronghold. Is that going to be multiple strongholds? Like, how long is it going to take to get to that point, right? Like, it says Act 2, but Act 1 starting in March 2019, but like that could mean that like we get a buff to some classes March 1st, right? And then strongholds don't come out for 2 more months, right? And so it's still a content drought, So it kind of is like, what are you doing? Like, are you giving us more content? Is it going to be delayed significantly? Like, I want more detail, right? But anyway, update 2, they say, is Stronger Together, which I'm assuming is part of the increasing the progression system, because right now, obviously we don't have too much detail because we've only been able to play the demo, but hopefully it's more gear. That's all you can really hope for, right? Is more gear, more ways to progress than just Grandmaster, Grandmaster 2, Grandmaster 3, and other ways to use your gear. And then also Stronger Together, I'm assuming they're also lumping that in with like guilds and leaderboards. Guilds would be really cool. Right now they have the alliance system, which is kind of just like a reward for hanging out with friends, but like guilds and getting better gear because you're with a guild would be really cool. Being able to maybe set up future raids if that's the route that they're going, like having getting guild rewards similar to Destiny, that'd be awesome. And then update number 3 is the Cataclysm. Now we know previously the developers have talked about this. Cataclysms are basically supposed to be like seasonal events. They're not supposed to be something that can be completed in like 1 week. They're supposed to be like spread out over like a number of weeks. It's just supposed to be seasonal event content. They say like it has almost its own progression. Like you can get geared up to do the Cataclysm better by playing the Cataclysm, but the developers said that they don't expect people to be able to go through it in 1 week. But I mean, we know from Destiny, Division, every other loot game that min-maxers are gonna be able to break that block down, right, and get through the content as fast as possible. So we're going to see how that folds out. We don't really have too much detail on it, but essentially from what they've said, it's going to be kind of meta changing. It's not going to be happening all the time. They're not going to be happening like that frequently, but when they do happen, it's supposed to change how you play the game. And the one thing that they did say, the developers, of course, they said that there's like a soft cap or a soft entry in terms of who can actually play in those events. So it might be the case where you get certain gear that is better during the Cataclysm, and lower level characters could still participate in like in the lower ranks of it, but then maybe there's some bosses that like you just have to have that really good gear. You can still participate, but it might be the case of you might just have to grind it out really hard. And so I mean, we'll see, but I appreciate that they have released a roadmap. At least the roadmap can kind of help a lot of people's fears with the game. At least we know that they're not really hiding too much aside from how long this first act is going to be. Like, how long do these acts last, right? Like, these 3 updates are cool, but the thing is like, if they said that the Cataclysm was going to be coming pretty soon post-launch, right? But like, how soon is pretty soon? Because like, soon, TM. I mean, like, what does that mean? You know, if they release this, like these 3 updates all in like March, then awesome, right? Like that's great, and it's definitely going to make the game thrive. The key is in those first initial like release windows that people want to come back and play the game, right? Like Division, you had people play it for like 2-3 weeks, and then they found out there's no endgame. So like, what do? They just leave. They go to Destiny, or they go back to whatever game. When it comes to these games, right? Like now, Destiny, it's hard to leave it and just leave it because you've invested so much time in it already. That's kind of the hooking point. Like, they have to hook you onto the game first. Like, you invest a certain amount of time in Anthem, they keep supplying you with enough content, and then if there's a little content drought, you're invested in your character, right? But like, until that point, like, they need to put out that content quickly. And so I'm just hoping that this roadmap, it looks really good. I'm really hoping that they stick to it, and that there's no delays, that they come give us more information and drop more detailed information, right? Like, I want times, like, when can we get this content? What exactly is going into the guild system? How many strongholds are we getting? Like, more information on Cataclysms. But overall, I think this is a great start. I think it's definitely going to help them more than like the silence would, right? Because silence is deadly, especially when it comes to game launches. But yeah, I think it's gonna be really interesting. I'm pumped for the launch, and so if you guys want to see more content like this, or additional content for Division, or maybe Apex Legends, like, please subscribe, like, comment. If you hated this video, comment. If you like this video, comment. Like, just come talk to me. Like, I don't care. Like, just criticize me so I can do better, and I promise I'll respond. So also, just a quick reminder, I'm gonna be doing a giveaway once I get to a certain amount of subscribers. I haven't really decided when, but I'm either gonna give away Anthem for free, Division for free, or something else for free. Who knows? I got some extra Division swag left over. Might hand that out. So please, if you like this content, subscribe. Tell me about it. I'm be so appreciative. Until next time, thank you guys very much. Just a reminder, I'll be streaming Division 2 on here and on Twitch this weekend. and I might have an extra beta code to give away if someone hasn't gotten in. It's going to be Xbox related, so if you don't have an Xbox, then that might be a bummer, but I'm giving out what I can. So you can check out my Twitch. It's twitch.tv/Adam_Dalla. It's in the whatever the hell is up here, and that's all I got. So hopefully I can see you guys on there. Maybe I'll do some giveaways on there too. Peace.